Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Big Happy Trading. It is Tuesday morning, March 20, what is it, 4th, 2026. It is, as I'm recording this, it's 8:46 a.m., so we're about 45 minutes before the New York Open. I wanted to do a little content here to show you guys that you can trade, you literally can trade any session. And if you're a beginner, I would strongly suggest that you trade the Asian session um, or the London session. The Asian session is the slowest. So you got the Asian session, which opens up at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So correlate to wherever you are in the world, if you're in the United States. You have the London session, which with daylight savings time opens at 4 a.m. and I got up for that today to trade that session. I had a winning Asian session and I had a winning London session. Now I don't suggest that you do all of these because you got to sleep sometime, but I saw some setups at the Asian session when I woke up to use the restroom, and I'm like, well, I think there might be an opportunity here, and I was absolutely right. So this is Market Live where we're at right now. And I'm going to go over a few things here. I want to show you what I did in the Asian session and what I did in the London session. And I got out too early on this London session trade. But again, I had to take my kids to school, so I didn't want to say anything if any kind of whipsaw crazy stuff happened. So what I've done here on my charts, and you can do this or not do this, what I like to do when I'm looking at the next day before the New York opens here, I like to mark the Asian high for the previous night and the Asian low. I didn't put the London high because it's chopping inside here. So you can see here, um, it's not going to be able to, so the London low, it acted like support for a second, but we busted through that, so that's really insignificant. But the let's go back to the Asia Open, so I can show you what that looked like. So we're looking at, so the Asian market opened at 2,300. So right here, so I did a really, and we're on the 5-minute chart. Now remember our rules. The blue line, which is the 9, crossing the 20. So I got in here and I made a quick, this candle retraced here, and then I wanted to see a break of this. So I got in, let me look at my other, I'd like to show you the Ninja Trader, but it's got my account on there and stuff, and I don't know if that's any crazy internet people can use that information. So I got to see if that's something I can do, because I'd like to show you the live trades on the two platforms. So I always put my stop at 10, and I had a target of 20, and I took my own advice this time. So I took uh, I took about I let it come back here. I took 10 points off this. So I took 10 points there. So that was good. Um, Not a huge trade, but a winning trade. So this is the one, because if you're looking here, this is, you're looking at 6 p.m. and then you're looking at what, 7, 8, 9. So I went to bed here. But I woke up and I saw, if I would have gotten this trade, this would have been spectacular. But again, you got to sleep. So I go to bed early. I've got kids. So if you'd have gotten into this trade, even if you got in, let's just say around here, that would have been, humongous trade. So, but you know, if some butts, candy, and nuts, what are you gonna do? So then I got up at 3:45 Eastern for the 4 a.m. London session. So this had happened So it went down here. If you're up, this low at 65.82, that was a huge move. Again, sleeping. So this is where the London session opened. So I got in. I actually used the 1 minute. I was in before this cross because it was going when it shows, and this is where the nuances of you learning trading. You're seeing the angle and trajectory of candles, and I'll give you a good example. So like this is kind of flattening out. That's wishy-washy. But you can see this went down sharply. So I got in. I was in right. Where did I get in? Let me look at my chart on the other side. Yeah, I was in at 66.41. That's right where I got in. Let's move this down. So I got in, yeah, and I always set the stop at 10. It never threatened me there. So I got, I got 30 points out of this thing. I didn't take it to the bottom here because I tried to go back and grab an hour's sleep after I got this trade, but I got that trade and then I went to sleep before I was taking my kids to school. So this works, guys. It crosses the 9. Now, if you're using the 1 minute, you can get some more sniper entries. But if you're new and you're not familiar with this, I strongly suggest that you just use the 5 minute. Okay. Now look at where we are currently. I did not get this entry, and I'm kicking myself in the backside here. So this crossed here. And even if you did a kind of a retrace here, let's just say you got in. I love the angle of this going down. You see this turning down. So what they did here, pulling some shenanigans here. So this went across, usually 1, 2, 3. Let's just say you got in. Let's say you got in on this retrace here. And you had a 10-point stop. This would have been a scary movie. Right, coming right back up to you. This is why you need to give it some breathing room. But this trade right now, if you're in it, and you would still be in it, would be, you'd be a strong 29 points right now going your direction. So you can see here, it's now, the 1 minute is starting to curl up. Let's get rid of this. The 1 minute is starting to curl up, so you would probably, I keep the 1 minute and the 5 minute when I'm in a trade, and I use the 1 minute. It gives you some false signals, but if you've hit your profit targets, take the money. Don't, because I mean, this thing can go, you can go green candle and take all your profits. So if I was in this, yeah, I would, with this candle, this doji candle, which kind of indecision, I probably would have set my stop right above the body of this doji, and if this thing didn't keep going back down, I would have probably been out here. So that would have probably been somewhere like yeah, 20 points. I probably would have said just a psychological 20 points if this thing came back and hit me. But I mean, you would have made a nice 20 points on this trade. So this system works, guys, but you got to be patient. And unfortunately, unlike all the YouTube gurus go, okay, first 15 minutes, make a trade, make $1 million, and you're done for the day. That happens once in a while, but if this is your profession, and this is my profession, I do other things, but if this is your profession, then you got to find something that's simple and not overcomplicated, and something that you can execute. So just to go over the rules real quick, what I like to do is set the charts up. I'll do the previous days high and low, and then I'll mark out for the morning before New York opens up I mark out Asian high, Asian low, and that just kind of gives me some base. It's like this thing whipsawed down here and this, touched this, touches, it sat here, and then when it broke, it broke. It flowed here, so getting back into the zone. But this is a very, very good strategy. Again, if you are interested in getting my trading plan on this, it's just a one-page PDF. It's not fancy. I've got I can send that to you. Drop me an email, and my email is in the contact below. And if you'd like to even get on a Zoom and trade or have a discussion, I don't mind helping people. Guys helped me many years ago get into this, and if I can help other people, this is a great way to make money if you're retired and if you have time. I mean, you're going to need some money to fund your account, but you can trade with small size. I mean, you're saying like we made, if you make 20 points and you're only trading even one contract, that's $100. You're risking 50 to make 100, and you actually can risk less because once it moves in your direction, you can move your stop to break even, so you have no risk trades. Now, a lot of times they'll come up and take you out, so I'll leave my stop until I get at least 10 points away. I don't move it to break even. That's just the way I do it. And if I'm trading multiple contracts, which I always am, I'll usually, if it's going strong down, I'll trail the stop for a contract to take one at 15 or 20, and then the other contracts I will trail down, and if it hits the 30, I'll take another one, and then I'll move the others to break even. So if you're trading, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 contracts on the micros, then that's a different strategy, and that's money management, but that's a whole nother thing. What I would tell you, start with one micro. You get Ninja Trader. It's the easiest if you don't know how to set things up. It's the easiest to use. I strongly suggest you get TradingView. You can get TradingView for free, and as I mentioned, you can get TradingView with just you can get 2 indicators for free, and one of them you can do an EMA, which got 4 time frames on it, and then you just modify it to make it the 9 and the 20. So that's one indicator, and then you can just, if you really want the CCI that I use, then you can add that. The CCI is a confluence, but a lot of people, guys, will say like RSI or CCI, this is down at minus 142, which means it's oversold, right? So by that, you should go long. But if the 9 is below, this is a downtrend. There's nothing telling you. Again, so you see the 1 minute we talked about, I would have gotten out. See, I would have gotten out too early. So this thing goes up, it crosses, and now once it's going back south. So the stronger trend is this 5 minute. And if this is still, the 9 is still pointing south to Mexico, then we don't get out. The other thing you want to look at as far as a longer downtrend, and these are more intraday and short scalps, but the 15 is also crossed, which is showing a very strong downtrend. And each higher time frame is that if the 9 is crossed at 20, then you're looking at bigger time downtrend. So 30 minute is crossing, and that's gone down. The hourly is not yet, but it's getting. Oh, it has. So the hourly is also. So anyway, this is when you're getting all those confirmations, we could be in for a much bigger ride down to the 65.82, the Asian low, or even down to the, back down to the 64.80 from from yesterday. So yeah, so we could be headed down to this, back down here to the 64, to the low before the Trump tweet. So I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen here, there's a lot more downside, and this market is bearish. Don't get me wrong, this is a down market. So wanted to do that. It is now 9:01, so I'm gonna prepare for the market open and see if there's any more entries here. The other thing I wanted to go over real quick and show you guys, as let's look at 8/11/25, which is this is UTC time, guys. Let's look at so what did I say, 11, let's just look at 11:20, and let's go to oil real quick. I tell you that the only two things I trade, and I keep them both on two different trading brokers. So 11:20, look at the S&P was going down, and what's oil doing? Just rocketing. So as you're going down, this is going up, and vice versa. If the S&P is going up, oil will be going down. So this is where you saw the during the Asian session where it was all going straight up. This is this. So there we go. All right, so I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day. Bye.